Hi, this is Greg with Engaging Teacher. I'm starting a new TPT store, and guiding me through the process will be Rebecca. She started her TPT store over 5 years ago and has agreed to answer my questions and share her experiences running an online business. Alright, so you asked me to do some homework regarding what I like about Pinterest and what I want in my pin. And here is the list of things I want to include or design my first pin around. I want it to promote one product. I want it to show an example of my product. I like the simple font the best. I like the dark background. And I want my picture and my writing to be all about one theme.
Okay, so I put a pin sample together for you, and I just want to see kind of what you think about it. Is it hitting what you wanted? So let me get it up here. So that would be what your pin would look like.
Cool. All right, so big simple font. We have Google Slides in there. I didn't even mention that. And then that's one of the slides of my lesson. So that's good. That's exactly what I want. Simple. Could we put Google in the colors? The Google colors?
No, that's Google's brand. If you notice in here, it says for Google Slides, and there's a trademark.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot infringe on their brand. You can't say like Google Slides presentations because
Gotcha.
Google Slides isn't making them. These are to be used with Google Slides. So be careful of that.
All right, so I have to put the for Google Slides, and I can't use Google's colors.
No, because you're not Google.
Gotcha. That's too bad.
Right?
All right, well, that's an awesome pin. How did you make that?
So one thing I want to say too is I noticed here, like they're standing in the air. I don't like that.
Okay.
I got to fix it. And now I need to bring this down a little bit. So see those red lines here? That is PowerPoint's way of showing you the spacing. I could not create anything without them. I use them all the time to make sure I have the same distance in between things, that my items are centered. So keep an eye out for those.
All right, so you create your pins in PowerPoint?
I do. Yes. There are a lot of people that use Canva, and they make beautiful pins.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an Apple user, Keynote, I think, is what they use.
Okay.
Some people even use Google Slides. It's just really whatever you're comfortable in. Some people can use the Adobe products.
Okay.
Good for them. That stuff is hard.
All right.
I've tried to use it. It takes a whole nother thing.
So you use this because you're comfortable with it?
Yeah, because I know it, and I've got it already.
Okay.
Okay. So to make this, I started out with, first of all, what is it? And again, you said you wanted kind of simple, easy to read font.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted it to be slightly different. I didn't want to use like Arial or...
Okay.
But again, it's easy to read. And if this was on a phone, like, let's make it smaller. You can still read that.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yep.
So that's one thing I always look for when I'm making a pin. And then, what is it? It is Google Slides that helps teach this curriculum, and the grade level is kindergarten.
Okay.
So, I come over here, and I've got my pieces that I've already started. This is your slide, this is your logo, and here are all of your little dot dudes. Those are really cute. So, let's start. We're going to insert text box, and first of all, it is set up. I created it. Let's look at the slide size before we do that. It is 10 inches wide by 15 inches tall, and I have it in portrait.
Okay.
All right, so the main box is Engage Google Slides. All right, and so all I would do is then center it and align it, and then I need to pick my font. So it's really whatever you want to use. This I liked Sorry Not Sorry, but there's a ton of different ones that you can use.
Okay.
And then you make it as big as you possibly can. so that it's what the person looking through or scrolling through sees.
Okay.
Now, if you notice, I can make Eureka Math pretty big, but then when I have the next line, see, that's too big.
Okay.
The next line, it takes it out. So I'm going to make this one just a little bit smaller, just so I can get all of the words on one page.
I see.
Okay. And then same thing here, because I mean on one line rather.
Gotcha.
All right. So now we've got that set up.
Okay, and so the stuff you have on the side, basically the one part is just a slide out of my lesson. You just copied and pasted in and just put it next to this slide so that you can insert it later. So I don't have to recreate that. And then the engaging teacher, I make the logo once. And I think we have a video on how to make a logo. And then you just save a copy of that, and then you can just insert it when you want to use it over and over instead of having to recreate it each time.
Right.
Okay.
And then what we did for this one, if you look, these are individual. Like this is a group this is how you purchased it. All of those, so this is a group. But what we did was we just put them all together next to each other.
Okay.
So some of them I have like slightly behind, some of them are in front, and in order to do that, picture format, and then you can send the picture backwards. See how it comes forward and goes backward.
Okay.
So you just play with that until they're where you want them.
I see.
Then I grouped them all, and I went to align, and I wanted them all to be aligned to the bottom, so all their feet were the same. So I did that. Here, let me move a couple of them. Oops, I don't want to move them out of the way though.
You can grab them all.
Align, bottom.
Ah,
now,
gotcha.
see, because I moved these, I need to move him over again.
Okay.
Okay? But now they're all even.
Okay.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab them all again, and I'm going to hit Control G, which groups them all together. Now I have the ability to move them all as one unit.
Ah, okay.
If I want to resize them, I can. The problem with resizing is if you do it, just look at that. It can get
it
squishy.
changes the,
Yeah, so what I do to combat that is I then just copy this, and then I paste it as a picture. Now my picture...
Oh, it doesn't
warp.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that's just something that I do. Okay.
All right.
All right. And then we also had the word kindergarten. So I'm going to copy this since it's already the text that I want.
Instead of making the new text
it's
box.
6 to 1/2 does
right.
the other. So
just might be a little easier.
Make sure it's centered and in the middle. And it's kindergarten.
All right. So kindergarten.
Let me delete this really quick. All right, so now, if you notice, kindergarten, you could certainly leave it black, that's fine. But I wanted the colors to match, but again, I want it to be a custom match.
Okay.
So this is a little tedious, but you can certainly, it doesn't take that long. You just highlight the letter you want, go to your eyedropper, and go to the guy. I'm not going to do white, because obviously that would drown it out.
Right.
But I'm going to leave that one black. And then I'm just going to go ahead and continue that for each letter. And, you can do it in the order. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. So this way you're personalizing it, and you know your colors match because you're taking colors from your slide. For people like me who have no design eye at all, this is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's neat.
So you saw how I did it. Now I'm just going to copy this for time's sake.
All right. Okay. So then even if you do make a pin, you always save them because there might be something from that pin you like that you can just copy over instead of having to redo that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a good thing to know.
All right. So let's see what we've got here. I can probably make this a little bit bigger. One thing, I want to drag the sides over so that it gives me this entire amount of space to work.
Gotcha.
So if you notice when it's 115, it's too big, 96 could maybe be a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to come up here and actually type in the box. Let's type 105. Yeah.
Okay.
See, that works.
All right.
And let's do the same thing here. Make it as big as we can. I think that's probably as big as it'll go.
Mm-hmm.
And 96 is too big. 88. So maybe let's try 92.
Okay.
All
So
right.
now
Oh,
it
but
covers.
you notice one thing I don't have?
Oh, you don't have your trademark
Yep,
or the
I don't.
4.
I don't have the trademark or the 4. So let's make this smaller just for right now.
Okay.
So now I'm going to do.
So how do you get that TM in there to stand up?
You can do it a couple of different ways. You can add. You can insert an object. I just like to write trademark. And then. Oh, good grief. There we go. And. Oops, where is it? It's in here. And then I go to superscript. And that is what's going to make it go above the other word.
The offset.
Subscript would be down below. Superscript would be up above.
Okay.
And this I have no science for. I just play with it until I think it looks decent. Okay, so I can see there. Oops. Control Z, best friend.
Control Z. All right.
Okay, so this I think is just a little bit too big. Oops. So I'm going to do my trademark again. I'm going to make this smaller first to start with.
Okay.
Now, let's try this. Close. I
Okay.
still think it should be a little bit higher. Would you agree?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
And then the word for, I'm just going to insert another little text box
Mm.
and write for. And I'm going to center it, put it in the middle, and I'm going to choose the same font.
Okay.
And then see that red line?
Yes.
Nice and centered.
Okay.
Okay, now your product. Let's make it pretty big. Again, centered.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got your logo here.
Okay.
Now, you could certainly, that would be fine, right?
Right.
You could totally have it like that, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you wanted a dark background.
Yeah.
So, to do that, the easiest way that I have found is you just insert a shape
Okay.
and this will make it all black. But if you notice, if I put that behind there, these are all going to disappear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, let's make all that white. So I highlighted it all. I'm going to change it to white. Looks like it disappeared, but that's fine. Put this back in. And again, shape format, align center, and then I want to send it to the back.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay, nice.
let's make my picture a little bit bigger. Can I get it that big? Nope, we're going to lose his hand.
And you want them standing on it.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Let's see. And again, this just takes a little bit of time to fuss with it.
Mm-hmm.
I might even want that a little bit bigger. There we go.
Oh, yeah. So that'll catch their eye when they're going through the phone. They'll know the grade.
Now I need to make sure my thing goes all the way.
All right, and then my logo's there.
Yep. So there you go.
Nice. Okay. Great. That's a lot of great tips. All right, so that is how to actually make a pin. Next time we'll talk about how to actually post it.
Oh, there's so many more steps.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Uh-huh.